in a way, and the world gets harder each day. Trying to get where we wanna be, that's the toughest thing of all. All we need is a little more getting it right. All we need is a little more sacrifice. Learning more and more what we're striving for when we're going for gold.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Countdown, the letters and numbers game. First broadcast on Channel 4 as the first program on Channel 4 and the first program on this Twitch channel. Back when I began, I opened the whole channel with an episode of Countdown, and well, it looks a bit nicer now. Studio's dressed up a bit. All right, well, we've got a lovely game for you today. Let's meet who's with us today. We've got our two contestants here today, both of here who've been winners on this before. Hey, say hello, Iggy.
Hello, Iggy.
Thank you. So yes, you were here before. How did you feel about your victory over Eldritch Zoe?
Mostly confused.
Well, that's fine. I mean, you were there by choice. I kidnapped Eldritch Zoe, so... you
I
won.
have no idea how I won.
You won anyway.
No.
And you can confirm. I did send you a teapot. You got a teapot.
Yep, I did get a teapot. It looked dangerous to drink out of.
Well, it was one though. So then
It definitely was a teapot.
Over to our second contestant, the first winner of our inaugural episode, RPG_Hidden Wizard. Say words.
That's me.
Yes, it's you. You cock. What are you doing?
That is true. Well, I'm just sat here in this chair.
Well, I'm glad you're sitting there in that chair, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be here and being a contestant on this show, which is what I asked you to do.
It is true.
So, yeah, well, it doesn't matter, chat, if RPG can spell or not. There's also numbers. And you can get a lot of points in the numbers rounds.
I'll have you know, I'm actually employed as an intervention maths tutor now, so in theory, I should be all right at that.
Yeah, but I've known maths teachers. They can't do maths.
That's true, and that's why I'm not a maths teacher.
That's true, I suppose. All right. Well, don't worry. There's no letters in the numbers. The numbers and letters are separate things. You will not need to do any
I love
algebra here. There's none of that. Hello, very important Lacus, you are lurking.
We should have hard mode countdown with quadratic equations.
No.
Oh, no. Please, no. Do
We're
not.
Struggling enough with simple addition.
Do not do this. Okay. So I'll explain what's going on in a minute, but we have our two assistants with us today. Over in Dictionary Corner, we have TheGerkuman.
Hi, George. I have
Hi.
to say, a little disconcerting to see you with the body, especially since you seem to have somehow stolen the body of Richard Whiteley.
Well, he's not using it, is he?
I suppose that's true. I'm just wondering how you managed to keep it so fresh.
I have many powers.
We'll go with that.
I'm a magic man.
End of sentence.
Yes. So yeah, I'm here using the body of the original host of the show because it's more authentic that way. Don't
I'll
worry.
argue with that.
That it won't smell or anything. It's good. It's all good. And so yeah, you're on the dictionary today, and you'll be telling our players whether they're right or not.
Yes.
And if you say
promise-
they're wrong, they are.
That is true. I promise not to abuse my power.
I wouldn't
Much.
mind if you did. Anyway,
I know you wouldn't mind, but I've got my own standards to keep here.
well, you can keep them. Then
Yeah,
we've
that's
got
true.
over here on the maths board we've got Funky.
Hello.
It's
lovelies.
Funky who's here on the maths board for us today. So in the maths rounds, it'll be up to you to just do it a bit better than the contestants. To be honest, that's what you'll be doing.
Okie dokie, we've got this.
Because normally in Countdown, the person over on the maths board will also be laying out the letters, but this is automatic, so you have less of a job.
Mm.
So oh well.
Alright. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Right. So we're gonna talk about the first round, the letters games. Right. For those who are, because I have a lot of international viewers right now who probably don't know what the hell is going on, and why there's a big clock in the middle of the screen, and why there's 9 blue squares in the center here. So in the letters rounds, the player who goes picks consonants and vowels, whether they want a consonant or a vowel, till the whole board's filled, and we have a bunch of letters. And the players have to make the longest word they can in that jumble of letters. You can't use proper nouns. You can't use words that are never used alone. You can't use American English. You can't use words that are only seen capitalized. There's no hyphens. You are allowed accents if this comes up. This is fine. And yeah, the dictionary corner over there will check people's results. Contestants will declare their word length at the end of the round, and I'll ask the shorter one first. If the declaration is wrong, you will score nothing, even if your word is good. This has come up.
Sounds like a story there.
This has come up in the last episode. You both did it at one point. So I had to penalise you.
I can't count.
And then, Gert can tell us some nice words that were in there.
Yes.
Okay.
I might even be able to tell you what they mean.
Yeah. Now, as a note, if you somehow manage to use all 9 letters, you will, and it is correct, you will receive 18 points.
Ooh.
This doesn't happen, but if it does, it's 18 points. Otherwise, if you are the highest in the round, you will receive points equal to the length of your word. And we'll get to the numbers round when we get to the numbers round. So, we're going to determine who the first player is, and we're going to do it this way. Fingers on your buzzers, I might as well use them. What number am I thinking of? Alright. Iggy?
32.
Okay, let's see if RPG's closer.
12.4.
No, Iggy was closer. It was 69, dude.
Nice.
I can't believe you didn't think of that.
Nice.
Right, so we're going to go for Iggy for the first letters game.
Okay.
So let's get picking.
All right. I would like a consonant.
All right, it'll give you a consonant right here. It's a P.
Cool. Another one.
Oh, you can have yourself another one. There's another P.
Oh, PP.
You got PP.
The vowel.
An A.
Another vowel.
Another A.
Well, this is dreadful.
Consonant.
An N.
Consonant.
An L.
Consonant.
An S.
Vowel.
An O.
Consonant.
And a P.
Another one.
So we're gonna just start the board. All right, pens down. Iggy, what's the length that you've got?
5.
RPG.
Also 5.
Okay, then we'll go with Iggy first. What's your word?
Plans.
Well, how's that, Gurk? How's plans?
Yep. They're organised well and usually detailed proposal. Yep,
Wonderful,
plans.
excellent. RPG, what have you got? What's your 5?
Loans.
Oh, Gurk, is that a real word?
Yep, something that has been lent to use of something which has been given to you, yes.
Oh, wonderful. Well, is there anything better they could have got?
Indeed. Actually, no. I thought there was. But, there is. Poppers. Poppas. That is like a father. And if you have multiple of them, then they are poppers, like the mamas and the papas.
Oh, right.
But
So if you
spelled
had
with an O.
if you had like multiple big, like you had multiples of Big Popper, you'd have Big Poppers.
Exactly.
Ah.
Also, apparently, a male lover.
Yeah, that's also that makes sense. Okay, well, that's lovely there. That accomplished nothing because you both got 5. So it might as well not have happened. Anyway, we're on to the second letters game, and we're with RPG now.
Can I have 4 consonants, please, Carol?
All right, we'll give you 4 consonants. R, T, and T.
I think this is rigged. Can I have 3 vowels?
It genuinely isn't. I, O, and I.
I'll have one more vowel.
An O.
And can I have one more consonant, please?
Yes, it's a T.
Of course it is.
I don't know what's up with the lists today, but this is what's happening.
Oh, God.
Let's start the clock. All right. RPG, you're up. What's the length of the word that you have?
I've got a 5.
All right, another 5. Iggy, what have you got?
Also 5.
Well, we're going to go with RPG first then.
I have got rotor.
Rotor.
Yep, a hub with a number of radiating spikes. Yes, rotor.
Yep, lovely. Lovely word there. Iggy, what have you got?
I also had rota,
But
I don't know how I'm going to prove that.
Well, now that I think about it, you probably should, I don't know, maybe you should send them to me on Discord or something, but I believe you in this instance.
Okay.
So
I-
one,
So,
I did think I had a 6, but I wasn't confident enough in it to actually say it.
well, you can tell us.
It's-
It doesn't matter now.
Tritor.
so according there is no 6-letter words, so that would not count.
Really? Oh, thank God I didn't
So
go for it then.
5
It
was
must be not a
literally the
real
best
word.
they could get.
Yes, and literally the one word you got is the one word I got too. Rotor, yeah.
Oh, that really
There was other
the
words,
best
but
that
that was
there
the one I could
was.
think of.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, that's our first 2 letters games. Both players have 10. So, well, that doesn't really matter. But now we're on to our first numbers game.
Alright, let me get me pen up.
Yeah, well, you can think about this while we get it done for the contestants. So you've got a bit of time. Okay, so Iggy, this is your numbers game. How many
no.
large numbers would you like?
Too large for small.
Oh yeah, I should probably explain what's going on for the viewers who don't know what's going on. Right, so we're going to give them 6 numbers. There are just a huge number of numbers that are between 1 and 9. And there is 4 large numbers, 25, 75, 150. I don't know why I did it in that order. And they'll randomly get however many of those large ones they want, and then a bunch of small ones. And then we get a 3-digit number, and the players have to use those numbers to get to the big number. Multiplying, dividing, adding, subtraction. Those are the only ones. You can never have decimals or fractions at any point. If you get it dead on, you'll get 10 points. If you get a number that is 1 to 5 away from the target, you'll get 7 points. And if you're 6 to 10 away, you'll get 5 points. If you're further away than that, nothing. Nothing for you. Nothing for you at all. So if you don't think you can get the target, but you think you can get close, go for that. It's probably going to do you good. So you wanted 2 large numbers, am I right? Or did you?
Yes,
did you say?
please.
Okay, we'll get you 2 large numbers. So our numbers today are 75, 55, 3, 10, and 2, and you have to get 717. Well, let's start the clock. All right, we're done. Iggy, what's your number?
I've got it. 717.
Oh, you got 717.
Yep.
RPG, what have you got?
I also have 717.
Oh, that is nice. Okay, so all right, Dan, RPG, share you're working with me in Discord, and Iggy, tell me what you did.
Okay. I have 75 times 10 for 750.
Yep.
Minus 50, 700. And then separately 5 times 3 for 15.
Yeah.
Add that and the 2 to the 700.
Oh, that. How does that sound to you, Funky? I think that sounds right.
Yeah. Give me a second. Because I have a different one.
Oh, you've got a different way? Let me go over to the whiteboard then.
Give me a second. Alright, because I was working out the case, but 1 moment. I'll just need to do this. Set that right. Better. That is a terrible 3. Apologies about that. Just pretend it's a normal 3.
I mean, it looks somewhat like a 3.
And then we do ba, I,
Yeah.
nah. Oh, give me a second. I need to remove that 8. That was an abomination 8.
Yeah, that's an 8. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay,
And
yeah.
then
So we got
the 3, 8, 5 plus 2, which... Oh, no, I think that's... Is that... Does that take away 2? Give me a second. 1 moment. Cocked up my own calculations here.
yeah, we'll edit that out in post.
I'm not 100% good with maths, alright? I cock up my own calculations like many a times. But yeah, so the next number should be yeah, no. I know where I've cocked up. 1 second. I just need to undo that.
Yeah.
That should be that. To give
Okay.
us that. And then we do this plus that to give us this. And then what we do,
Oh,
we
right.
do 770 take away 53, which gives us 717.
17. That is another way round of doing it.
It's so
and
complicated.
I
and
know, I don't worry about it.
It's
well,
the fancy way.
it's another way of doing it. The good thing about maths is they're both right. And so are
Yay.
both of you. RPG sent me their calculations. It was the same. So you're both going to get 10 points.
Hooray! Also, apparently, the way I did it, I'm not even on
Yeah.
Maths Corner, but yeah.
Well, you can say whatever you like. You're not you're on the spot. You can say you did it, even if you didn't, but you did because I believe you.
Sure you did.
Yeah, I do believe you. Anyway, we're off back.
I can't tell.
We're off back to the studio. Okay.
There we go.
Right. Now, don't pull up the schedule. Okay. Well, we've had our first numbers round. And so now I'm going to go to our first tea time teaser. So this is for you, the audience. During the break, we will give you an anagram of a word and a little clue to what that word is. So during the break, you can work it out. Anyway, so Bubsy ISO, often used by men with one of these. Bubsy ISO, often used by men with one of these. Ah, there we go. The answer was Boy Bussy.
Of course. What else would it have been?
It's a
I don't
different
know
one
what
from
you
The
would have
Lion.
thought it would have been, but that was what it was. Anyway, welcome back. Right, we're gonna crack on right away with another letters game. This one belongs to RPG.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I have 4 consonants, please?
4 consonants, you say. Let's see
Yes,
how
please.
nice it's gonna be to you. A T, a P, a D, and a T.
Okay, at least there's some variety in there. Can I have 3 vowels, please?
Yes, of course. An I, and an E.
Okay. Can I have 1 more vowel?
All right, it's an E.
And we'll end it with 1 more consonant, please.
A G. All right, let's start the clock. Okay, right, pens down, if you were using pens. Right, RPG, how long is the word you have made?
I think I've got a 5, but I'm also not sure it's a real word.
Well,
but I figured I'd gamble it.
We'll check that when we get to it. Iggy, how long is your word?
6.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go with the shorter one first, which is the risky one, which is RPGs.
Well, it's not risky anymore because I've just realised I can have digit for 5.
Oh. Yes, you are quite capable of suddenly changing what word you were doing, as long as the number was still the same, which it was.
And it was.
And it is,
So,
and it is an acceptable word.
yeah.
Whole number less than 10.
Okay, so that's valid, but Iggy, you have a 6.
Yeah, pitied.
Pitied.
Ooh.
Pitied, yes, to someone that has had pity given to them, yes.
Yes, okay, we actually finally have a difference in scores. Iggy has pulled ahead with 26 to 20. Which, frankly, are honestly quite good scores for this show.
Yep.
Honestly, it's not bad.
Also, it could not be beaten. The best we can do is 6-letter words. The word that I saw was petite.
Ah,
Also
That
a good
is
word.
to be small, yes.
to be small.
Small.
Small. Anyway, okay, well, that was good, wasn't it? Well, we're going to have another letters game now. We're going to go to Ig. Ig, what do you got?
Oh, God. 3 consonants, please.
A J, a D, and a T.
2 vowels.
Okay, a O and an I.
Consonant.
F.
Another consonant.
D.
Vowel.
E. I bet that unclenched some buttholes.
Another vowel.
U. Okay. So, well, that's a selection of letters that may
God.
or may not be good. I don't think they're good. But I'm going to press
No.
I'm going to start the clock now. Right. Now, before we get to people's words, I'm just gonna say to chat, you can't use French words unless you're playing Des Chiffres et des Lettres, which is the original French version of the game, which literally translates to the numbers and the letters. Which is a stupid name. Anyway, Ig, what's the length? What's the length you've got?
5.
Alright, 5. RPG?
4.
Alright, we're going with the 4 first. RPG, what is your 4?
Goat.
Dote. How's that good?
Yep, to dote on someone. Yep, to show affection to. Yep.
Wonderful. Ig, what's your 5?
Diode.
Diode.
Yes. That's a sciencey thing. Give me a second. Oh, so something that can be in of two ways.
Alright.
Often in this case used for a switch that can be either on or off.
Oh, that's
A light emitting diode.
that's an excellent
Yes.
word. That is a very good word.
It is.
How did it do compared to what could be done?
You could get a 6. There were several 6s. There's outdid. Also doited. I don't know what a doit is, but doited is a word. The best one I found as in the one I liked best was fetid, because you can spell fetid, that is something that smells bad, with the old spelling had an EO and an E rather than just, so, nowadays it's just spelled with an E and be 5 letters, but you can spell it with an O.
It's
So
it's still
that's
a
the word
valid
I'm going
spelling
with.
then.
Yeah.
Good. Well, that's a fun one for the linguists out there.
Also, Yo-Yo has a better definition of diode than I did. Thank you, Yo-Yo.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You should write for the dictionary. That's literally
Yes,
what
outdid
they
is
need.
one word, Tolpanzer.
Yes, it is. And it outdid our contestants. But now we are done with that game. Heading off to a number game controlled by RPG.
Good heavens.
How many large numbers would you like?
Dose.
That's 2.
Good. I was waiting for someone to speak English at me. Right.
You'll be waiting a while.
Okay. Well, we have 50, 75, 2, 4, 10, and 3, and you need to make 105. We're starting the clock. Right, I wait with bated breath. RPG, what have you got?
103.
You've got 103. Wasn't what I was expecting to hear. Iggy, what have you got?
105.
Yeah, I thought you might. Can you tell us you're working?
Me first?
Yeah, you're the only one who's got it dead on, so you're first.
Okay. 10 times 3,
Yep.
30.
Yep.
75 plus 30.
Yep,
Literally didn't see that.
that's it. That's all. That's all that's needed.
Literally didn't see that.
Yeah. That went well for you, Mr. Maths.
I'm tired. I've been up since 6:30 and I've had 5 hours sleep.
Yeah, well, it's certainly showing. Right. Well, okay. I don't know if it's worth going. I'm gonna go over to the quiz to the board anyway. Have you got something stupid that you can show us with that?
Yes.
Give us something
Currently-
dumb.
Currently in the process of doing dumb stuff. Alright. Do. Just ignore my absolutely atrocious writing, please and thank you. And then we take away 3. that is not a 3. You know what?
It looks like a backwards E, but that's kind of what a 3 is, so
Yeah.
I think you can
And
be
then,
forgiven.
97 take away 2 is 95. Then we do 95 at 10 equals 105.
Yeah, so that was using them all, wasn't it? That's well, at least most of them.
Yep.
No, yeah, you used every number to get 105. Well, that's
Feels-
lovely to see. All right.
Excellent.
Well, we're not now back in the usual format. We're gonna go over to Gurk. Gurk. Now, actually, we can throw this out to anyone because actually the section I asked you to do is actually later. Has anyone got a nice little story they can tell us? A little something fun that happened.
You get your fuzzy butt down.
Anyone?
Thank you.
Anyone?
No
Any?
I mean, I
stories
could say
like this.
I could say about how I sprained my ankle a couple of weeks back, but I don't think that's a very funny story. So
No, it's probably not. I mean, I could talk about how my toe's been hurting for a while, and the doctors weren't sure whether it was a bruised bone or gout.
Ooh.
So, well,
Which one was it?
we don't know
Oh,
because none of
That's
I
fun.
couldn't get anywhere to get it examined.
I remember when I broke 2 of my toes kicking a Hoover.
Oof! What did that
ow!
Hoover do?
Nothing.
Was that the problem?
I came rushing down the stairs, and the Hoover was right on the corner of the stairs because I forgot to put it away. And it was one of those, they're really big old
Ooh,
ones that were the size of a peg.
yeah.
And I pelted down the stairs trying to get to the door because someone was braying on the doors if they're trying to come in through the front door. And I kicked the Hoover full force, and I broke 2 of my toes.
Oof! Which one?
Ouch.
Yeah.
I wasn't laughing at you, Funky. By the way, well, the reason I laughed is
Completely fine.
it reminded me of the famous story about what happened to the guy that played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Go on.
He basically. He was in the middle of acting a scene where he thought that the hobbits had all been killed. When he was on the in the Two Towers, and the actor decides on a whim to kick a skull that's right in front of him, and Viggo Mortensen broke several of his toes by doing so.
Yep.
So the scream that he does in the film, which they kept, is his real screaming because he hurt his.
Because he broke his toes.
Yes.
Well,
Yep.
we managed to get a little story out after all.
Yeah, about someone more interesting than
all
us.
to do with various toe pains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a toe pain story. I just have stories about freaking video games because it's all I do.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It's fine if that's all you do.
You have a mouse now.
I have a mouse now.
You have a mouse now.
Not like an actual mouse. I mean, like
No,
a character.
Yeah.
Got an artist to draw me a mouse, and they are very cute.
Yeah.
They are very cute. Can confirm.
Oh, we're
Massive
we're
maps.
getting raided.
Ooh, that was a fun time to be raided.
We're getting raided. We just finished talking about having our toes broken.
And mice with massive baps.
Yeah. Those weren't
Oh,
related,
I didn't
those two
mention that
topics.
bit.
They weren't related
I
at all.
mentioned that bit.
Chat does have a very good question. Did the video games break your toes?
No, I've not broken my toes in any games recently.
And no toes have caused your IRL toes to be broken.
No.
Oh well. We can't have everything. Okay, well, I guess we gotta get on. Now that was RPG's numbers game, so we're on to another letters game, and it is Ig's letters game.
Oh God. I keep getting horrible letters.
Yes.
Free
You also keep
consonants.
winning.
S,
There
P,
were a lot of
and
times.
Z.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Give me 2 more consonants.
Okay. N and C.
2 vowels?
I and E.
Another vowel.
I.
Cool. Consonant.
And then H. Right. Well, good luck with this one, I guess. I'll start the clock. Okay, we've got that.
Oh.
So what have we got from you, Ig?
7.
7! Ooh, tasty. Then we've got RPG.
I got 5.
5. We'll go with the 5 first. RPG, what is your word?
Spice.
Spice.
Yep.
Yeah.
The stuff that people say is not in our cooking, but actually is. Please
Yeah.
don't be bigoted.
Yeah. Then we're over to Ig with your 7.
Pinches.
Yes, to the plural of pinch. Yes.
Oh, wow, that is a lovely little word.
I found inch
Also-
first.
Quite big,
I found
actually.
inches.
Inches.
So
Yeah.
until
What
so
else have you got?
until we after when we got to like 7 words, the longest word was penis, of course. So I had to point that out.
Oh, that's fine.
Um,
Yeah, you can point
But
the
then the
penis out
extra
as long
words
as you
came.
want.
The extra letters came in. The other word that I can see as being a real word according to the dictionary I'm using is piscine. That is a French word, but it does still count. It is a pool.
Yeah, loan words are fine. We
thought it was a
steal
fish.
words in English all the time.
No, piscine isn't a fish. That's something similar. I think that begins with that's sort of got an E in it rather than I.
Mm.
Oh no, so yeah, piscine without an S is probably the fish one. So piscine, but piscine with an S is the
Yeah.
pond one.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have yet another of our letter games. We're gonna go to RPG for this one.
You ready for some maximum bravery? Give me 7 consonants in a row and 2 vowels.
I don't know if I can do
no.
that according to the rules, but I'll try my best. B, S, J, S, T, Y, and now I have to go with vowels.
Oh, so I have to have 3 vowels. Go on then.
E, U, and A. Buzjustia. Enjoy that. This is your doing. Alright, RPG, what's your long word?
I've got a very good 5.
Oh, I will look forward to hearing it. Ig.
5.
Alright, RPG, you're first.
Busty.
Busty.
Yep. The thing of having a bust, yes.
Yes. Alright, well, Ig.
Busts.
Busts.
Yep. Again, you've both got busts on the brain.
Yeah, I don't know
Bus.
what's going on with the both of you. What?
I can clearly, yeah, I agree with Chad. It's clearly fluffy.
Yeah, what's brought this on? I mean,
Yeah, I can't have any dinosaurs in chat. Yeah, no. Or maybe it's talking about the mice with the big baps earlier, but regardless.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Could be several of our guests here today. Anyway.
Well, one track mind.
Yeah,
Not me, though.
Yeah, I noticed that that we could also have Bussy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in the dictionary?
I doubt it.
If I wanted it to be,
Yeah,
yes.
you can
but I'm not
actually.
there.
You can say that it is, and we
Well, I'm
can't
not going to.
say you. Anyway.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
regardless. So there's been quite a few sixes here. Beauty sayest that a subset of beasts have the basest yeasts. Most of those words were the 6 letters.
Lovely. Okay, well, that was a lovely letters game from RPG. And now we're off to a numbers game.
Excellent.
And it's
Number time.
It's Ig's second numbers game.
Let's go half and half.
3 and
large.
3. Alright, 5, 1, 3, 25, 150, and you need 514. Let's go. Alright, Ig, what number did you reach?
525. I'm way off.
525 is too far away. RPG.
504.
504 is just in range. Give me your working.
I did 100 times 5 is 500.
Mm-hmm.
Add 3, add 1.
Yes. That is correct. That will give you 5 points. Now, I'll just update that, and then we'll go over to the board. See if we've got anything from Funky there.
Just quickly double check. Here's the numbers. Right, yeah. And then we'll go back to that. And we'll do that. Plus that. And then we add that. And then that gives us. Right, I think that's all the numbers.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just had to get there. That's all you had to do. Yeah, 50 divided by 25 is 2. 100 plus 2 is 102. 102 times 5, 102 times 5 is 510. Plus 3 plus 1. Yeah, that's it. Well done. I hope you're all learning something at home.
Yeah, my brain's smoking because it hurts.
Well, you've only got to do that one more time during this whole thing. But oh dear. No, I'll press that snooze button. We're not going to have Twitch ads, thank you very much. Because we're about to have another tea time teaser.
Oh, gosh.
And for those of you who've seen before, this is where I filmed my own stuff. Here's the tea time teaser. Bob's jowl could give a unique feeling. Bob's jowl could give a unique feeling.
kick. Explosion! Power!
All right, we're back. We're back in the studio, and it was blowjobs. Well, I hope everyone had a lovely
I've got to
time
say,
while we were away.
yeah, I have to say, George, I'm glad you somehow miraculously survived that.
Oh, we don't talk about that. Anyway,
Fair enough.
I mean, considering last time I did an advert, I am doomed to die of drowning this year sometime, so... According to the previous ones. So...
Well, there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so I hope everyone had a good blowjob during the break. And, right, well, I need to reset this. Reset this thing, because we're going back to the letters game. Except, Twitch is going to throw adverts at me in a minute. So, no, we'll get them done while we can. Okay. We're having a letters game, and it's RPG's letters game, because I think the last round was Iggs. So, yes.
Can I have 4 consonants, please?
Yes, you can. S. M. T. Oh, please be a V. It's not, it's an N.
I'm sad it wasn't R. Can I have 3 vowels, please?
Yes, an A, an I, and a U.
Give me 1 more consonant, please.
Alright, we got an S.
And 1 more vowel.
E. Well, that's that doesn't look dreadful. I'm going to start the clock. Okay, RPG, what's the length that you've got?
I've got a 7.
Ooh. Ig, you've got a...
6.
Alright, we'll go with the 6 first. Ig, what's your 6?
Autism.
Well.
Yeah. No, it counts.
Yeah,
the thing that several of us have. Yeah.
Yeah, like most of us here.
Spicy brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, then we're going to go see what RPG got with their 7.
Minutes.
Minutes.
Yep. Minutes counts.
Yeah, well, that's a turn up for the books. RPG won a letters round.
There's a first time for everything.
Imagine Richard Whiteley saying such things. I can't.
I can't either.
That's
but that's
why
why
he's dead.
I'm here and he's not. Let's have a nice... oh, great. Okay. It looks like we're about to go on to Twitch ads. So we can just talk some right bollocks for a few minutes while that happens.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should
Before we
talk
go on
some
to
rubbish.
another-
And
Yeah.
well, I've still got to give my words yet, but I can wait
we'll
until
get-
that's happened.
Oh, no, yeah, that's true. Well, you can give some of them. We've still got like 30 seconds.
Okay. The best you could get was an 8 with either tsunamis or mantises.
Both of those are lovely words.
Very nice.
Yes.
Oh, well, that was that. Any other words you like in that lot? You got 10 seconds.
Inseams.
Inseams. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's spicy. Very lovely word.
I mean, I'm sure I can't remember what it means, but it definitely means something.
I think it is to do with. I think it's to do with clothing. But Unfortunately, I have the what would be diagnosed as male fashion sense, in that I don't.
Yeah, I can't do that
For
either.
inseams, the bits on the inside of your legs, most trousers, jeans, leggings have inseams.
Yeah. Rather than just like creating them as a long tube.
Yes. It's easier to take two separate pieces of fabric and then sew them together.
But yeah, you do get those ones that are just like, I have formed a leg,
Yep.
and then they
Leg.
get more leg, and then like crotch, and go, there's trousers, enjoy.
Yeah.
Of course, you can get crotchless trousers, but I'm not sure you can go out in polite society with them.
Depends what's
No.
behind there, or would be
Yes.
behind there if there was anything there, which there isn't.
Are you saying that you're crotchless, George?
Well, I am a head.
That is true, but the body of Richard Whiteley is
Well,
not
that had a
crotchless, I would
crotch.
assume.
Yeah, there's a crotch there. But I don't think we should contemplate Richard Whiteley's crotch.
Well, not without his permission.
Yeah, it seems somewhat...
And he can't give it.
Yeah, he can't give it due to being dead. If only he'd like, written something down saying that we had permission.
I don't think that's the kind of thing anybody can prepare for.
I mean, what if
You say that?
What if I, like, put something that said, it's okay, you necrophiliacs can use my body?
I don't think you'd get... I still think they'd get in trouble from the police, but you know.
But it would be consensual. Explicitly.
Yeah.
I still think...
Well...
I don't think consent matters in this case. I
Hmm.
think that's still illegal.
Oh, I see what you mean. Sorry, I got confused for a second.
Like, if
Some
someone
people
goes,
start-
"Yeah, you can murder me,"
So-
I'm pretty sure you'd still get in trouble.
Well,
if
yeah,
you murdered me.
that is unfortunately murder. Like, I remember that person got in trouble for
Yeah,
eating that
unfortunately, yeah.
person. Yeah.
I can't remember where it was, but since we're on about this, there was a bloke who went to a cannibal to ask a cannibal to cut pieces off him and eat them in front of him.
Yeah, I remember
This is getting
that.
a bit graphic
Yeah.
for my liking.
All right,
Sorry,
we'll veer away from cannibalism,
Yep.
and we'll veer away from cannibalism and head right to letters and words.
Yay!
Yeah, that's not causing any trouble.
Okay, well, we've got another letters game, and it was someone's last.
It's Iggy's.
It's Iggy's letters game.
Okay. Vowel.
E.
Vowel.
I.
Vowel.
O.
Consonant.
N.
Consonant.
L.
Consonant.
N.
Consonant.
D.
Consonant.
S.
Vowel.
A. You got most of the vowels there. All right,
Yay.
let's see what you all can get. I'm going to start the clock now. Right, as it's your round, Ig, what's the length of your word?
7.
Oh, that's good. That's good. RPG.
Also 7.
Okay, well, Iggs is first.
Denials.
Denials.
Was also mine.
Okay. Has
Yep,
denials.
definitely acceptable. I cannot deny that it is indeed acceptable word.
Well, that is the case. Have we got any other fun little words? Or long
Well,
words, or
firstly,
just big words?
sadly, Lexi, Londis does not count as much as I wish it did. But there's some words that are slightly longer, some 8 letters. Apparently, annelids are non-ideal, and I can't really fit the word solanine in there because I don't know what solanine means, but that's another one. And of course, annelids being like the sort of class of animals that worms belong to.
Could I present countdown if I was a worm?
Yeah, but I don't know whether we'd love you.
That's fair if you don't. I'd understand.
I still would. I'd get you a little terrarium.
I can't pretend not to like you, George, because I do.
Oh, that's lovely of you all. Right, well, we've had a lovely time there, but now we're going to have a lovely time with Gerk. Because
it's my time,
it's
isn't it?
your time. Let's go over to Dictionary Corner.
Hello. So, I've been asked to come up with a word, and that is not to make up a word, but actually to pick a word and say why I like it. The word we're looking for today is defenestration. Defenestration is the act of yeah, that's part of the reason I picked it. I knew you liked it. It is the act of throwing someone or something through out of a window. It was coined in 1618. Essentially, there was 2 incidents in history occurring in Prague. In 1419, several town officials were thrown from the new town hall. And in 1618, 2 imperial governors and their secretary were tossed from Prague Castle, both of which precipitating wars. They were known as the Defenestrations of Prague, and that's where the title comes from. Defenestration wasn't an actual word. It was one of these words that someone just made up once, and people liked it because it sounded good, and they just went from there. It comes from...
all words are made? People make them up?
Yeah, but it's like it didn't spring up from any other words. It just sort of appeared.
Yes, this was a purposefully constructed word from Latin, taking the declination de, that is to be down from, and fenestra, which is window or opening. Now, I was wondering about these constructive words. Obviously, they tend to use Latin, because Latin is one of the most famous languages there are, and a lot of other languages come from it. And it's probably good that they didn't use Old English, because you might end up with a word like this. Now, obviously, I've made that word up, and I've taken some Old English words and stuck it together to sort of give it the same meaning. I think that's...
that's pretty much what they did, but with Latin.
Yeah,
so...
which is basically out of the window, is what that means. I would pronounce it for you. I tried to write down its pronunciation. Unfortunately, the actual pronunciation of Old English is not an exact science because no one actually knows what it sounds like.
Yeah,
but but that is obviously, and the other thing to keep in mind, of course, is this uses one of my favourite letters, the thorn, which is the little. If you'll look in chat with that strange little thing that looks like a sort of a weird P thing, that's a thorn. It's pronounced it's a sound. And if you've ever seen something that says ye old, it's not actually a ye. That is where the thorn is supposed to be. So it obviously they replaced it with th.
The y is the th, so it would be the.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something for people to know.
Yeah, defenestration, throwing someone out a window. It's been done so many times. It's been in the Bible, obviously, because everything happens in that. Looking at the list on Wikipedia, there's also such a thing as auto-defenestration, which, as you probably guess, is when you throw yourself out of a window.
There are
Does it matter if the window is open or closed? Or does
both count, as long as you go through it.
Yeah, I imagine running at a window and then failing to get through it and just sort of bouncing off is not defenestration. That's just you looking like a bit of a prat.
Yeah. The final thing to give you all about is some popular culture references. Some hackers refer to defenestration as Linux users is to the act of removing Windows from a computer.
Nice.
And also, the indie video game developer Suspicious Developments has released 3 games, all of which have a focus of throwing enemies out of windows. So, Gunpoint, Heat Signature, and Tactical Breach Wizards all enjoy. You can all have a good fun throwing people out of windows through that game.
I do need to get to playing Tactical Breach Wizards. I enjoyed the other
It's
2 games
good.
immensely.
I've heard such a thing, yeah.
Gunpoint's fantastic. But yeah. Okay, yeah, I should get around to Tactical Breach Wizards and throwing people out of the window. And also notably, because this is in my and RPG's areas of interest, only recently did a Magic the Gathering card called Defenestrate come into existence.
Indeed.
They only just got around to it fairly recently. They had like 30 years for that.
Amateurs.
Yeah, they could have done it much earlier. But yes, right. And as Lexitude just pointed out in the chat, yes, you auto-defenestrate yourself in Theme Park if you lose.
Oh yeah, you see it in the shadow, don't you?
You do.
It's so grim.
That's Bullfrog, eh? That's what they were like.
Of course, it probably isn't too bad if the window's like if you're auto defenestrating in a bungalow, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah, that's just basically a slightly higher up door.
Also, from a historical point of view as well, most people couldn't afford glass for their windows. Glass was seen as an exceedingly rare and expensive luxury that only royals and nobles could afford. And even then, royals and nobles had to be careful with how much glass that they bought because it could end up bankrupting them. So I think when they were like yeeting people out of windows, it wasn't through things like glass. It probably just would have been a hole in someone's wall with like wooden coverings over so they could like keep rain and stuff out of, which is fascinating when you think about it. But at the same time, if like you mentioned about someone getting pulled out of a window before the start of a war, that window probably would have had glass of some kind. So not only would have they suffered from the glass, they also would have suffered from the fall.
Yep.
Well, okay. Well, thank you very much for that, Gerk. That was kind of above and beyond what I expected. But it is to the standards of Countdown. The hallowed, sacred Countdown. So we're gonna go to the next letters game. Anyone remember whose it is? Actually, I could work
It'd
it
be
out.
RPGs.
It's...
I think.
Yes, it is, because the last...
Yeah, I picked letters last.
Yes, it will... Yep, that makes sense. I just looked at the schedule. That makes sense. RPG, give me some letters.
3 vowels, please.
An I, a U, and an A.
2 more vowels, please.
Okay, an E and an E.
And 3 consonants.
A T, and an R, and I think you're stuck with having a consonant.
I counted wrong. I thought that was 9. 1 more consonant's fine.
Yeah, maybe that's why the maths rounds haven't been going so well.
God.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start the clock now.
Oh God.
All right.
Was that Seaver Gunner?
Yes, it was. Anyway,
Yeah, I thought it would be.
There's a very good Sivagina countdown remix of the Genova boss theme from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
like Silvergun has done a lot of countdown themes.
You considering it's an American channel, yeah.
Yeah, they've done an awful lot. I've playlisted them just for when I might want them. Anyway, RBG, what's the length you've got there?
I've got a 5.
And Ig,
I also have 5.
RPG's is first. RPG, what's your 5?
Right. TRITE.
Trite.
Yep, that is quite a trite answer, in the best of ways.
I'm glad you said that, because if it was in the worst of ways, that would be not nice. Ig,
No, it's not as if any of our hosts have said mean things in this program. Not at all.
no.
No.
Ig, what's your 5?
Treat.
Treat.
This is the treats have returned.
Trite and treat.
Yes.
Well, okay, those are both fine. So we'll add those on.
Oh,
What?
I've just realised there was 6 I could have had, but never mind.
Oh, well, no, you can tell us, at least.
Oh, I can see Titter.
Yes, you can, Titter.
That would have been good. That would have gotten you closer to catching up.
Even better than that, though, is there are some 7-letter ones.
Ooh.
We have Tatia, we have Iterate, and we have Titrate.
Oh,
which is
titrate.
Titrate is a very good word, of course, meaning to slowly adjust the dosage of something until it's right.
Yes, did a lot of titrations back in A-level chemistry.
There was a lot of titrations in trying to get the right dosage for me on my ADHD meds too.
Hello. What do you want? You lick my hand now.
There's a cat there, I see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see, I hear. And I don't hear the cat, I just hear you reacting to the cat. So there may
Is
or
it
may not be a
Gotham?
cat. You could have tricked us.
No, it's Gotham. She's immediately come over to sit on the ice lollies to make them melt. Because she's obsessed with sitting on ice lollies at the moment.
Well, to be fair, it's very hot, so I understand.
100%, yeah.
Well, okay, we're off to the last letters round of the game. Ig, it's yours.
Okay. 3 consonants.
A Z, a P, and an S.
2 more.
An N and an N.
3 vowels.
An O, an E, and an O.
1 more vowel.
An A. Right, we'll just get this clock started. Okay, well, we have hopefully some words from our contestants here. Ig, how long is the word you have found?
6.
6. And RPG?
5.
Alright, we'll go with the 5 from RPG. What have you got?
Spoon.
What? Spoon?
S-P-O-O-N.
Oh, spoon! I
Yep.
misheard you.
Spoon is definitely there, yes.
It's something that we have only so many of. Ig, what have we got from you for your 6?
Snooze.
Yes.
Oh, snooze!
Snooze, a very good
Nap
word.
time.
You managed to use the Z.
Also, one of the
Scrabble, I don't
best.
get a bonus.
No, well, you're
No.
winning anyway. One of the best words you can get there. You can't get better than 6. The other words you can have is peons or ozones. I'd also like to say, given that Fluffy's here, A word, 5-letter word you have, of course, is neeps
Ah, yes, neeps.
to go with your tattoos.
Yeah. Perfectly valid word for this.
Yep.
Well, we are done with letters game. So we're going off to the last numbers game. And it's RPG's numbers game.
I would like 2 large and 4 small, please.
Okay. Well, you get 3, 3, 10, 6, 50, and 25, and you need to make 107, returning from the first episode. It's back, but not as insanely easy this time. Let's start the clock. Okay, RPG, what's the number you've got?
107.
Oh, how interesting. Then, what is Ig got?
Also 107.
Alright, so Ig, send me your working.
Okay.
And RPG, what did you do?
Well, 10 times 6, as the good Lord knows, is 60. And if you take that and add a British 50 to it, that does give you 110, and then it's a simple just take away a 3.
Well, that is.
Or you could have taken away 6 and added a 3. No, you couldn't take away the 6, that's gone. Just take away the 3, Carol.
Well, I've just seen that Iggy's working is different. Can you explain that to the crowd?
I got 6 divided by 3 to make 2. 50 times that 2 for 100. And 10 minus 3 for 7. And then 100 plus 7.
Both equally fine and dead on. I'm going to go over to the board.
And let me double check the numbers. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I thought I used one of the numbers once. No, there was 2 3s there.
Well, yeah, there are indeed 2 of them. So yeah, you got 50 times 6 is 300. 300 divided by 3 is 100. Minus 3 is 97, and plus 10 is 107. What a lovely way of working that out. Going all the way up and then down again. Fantastic. Alright, we're heading back here again. But we are heading to the final round. Now, this is the last round of the game. What we're going to give you is I'm going to give you a 9-letter thing. It'll spell something. But what I need from you is finding out what the 9-letter word in this word is. No other lengths are acceptable here. So, now, this is the only round where you really have buzzers, so, Ig, can you test your buzzer for me, please?
Yeah.
And, RPG, can you give me your buzzer? How excellent. Now, let's go find out what our countdown conundrum is. Now, as a note, if you get this right, you will receive 10 points. It is not going to, there is a rule that is not going to come up today, but if there is a tie after the conundrum, we do another conundrum. Just in case, but that's not going to happen today. Because whoever gets, if this is got or not, we will have a definite winner. So, Homer Peon, let's see if you can get today's countdown conundrum. Oh!
Oh,
Is it pheromone?
Let's have a look. It's pheromone.
Yay!
Yes, well done, Egg.
Ig, you got
that
the
is what I had as well.
conundrum.
Round of applause for Iggy.
Yes. Well, that is the first time anyone's gotten the conundrum on this on my version of this show. So that was nice. So we can now come to the final scores of today's countdown. Honestly, with a very respectable score of 59, RPG Hidden Wizard.
I will take that for being tired.
I mean, frankly, that was very good. But frankly, an incredible performance from IggyMaid with 91 points.
Woo!
Nice.
That was really good there. That was excellent. I'm sure. Honestly, yeah, you were coming here to prove that you actually were bimbo after all, and unfortunately, you disproved it.
You failed.
You failed to prove this.
No, people are gonna think I'm smart. I can't have this.
Nah, sorry. It's out there now. It's known.
To be fair, one can be smart and also a bimbo.
True.
These are not actually mutually exclusive things.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you've now won Countdown twice. So, that means when I do this again, I'll have to ask you back.
Oh,
You're gonna end
yay.
up with a load of teapots. You're gonna have to make a collection or something.
That's true.
Yeah.
There will be more
Sounds
teapots.
interesting.
And actually, I'm gonna need to sort that out later. Right. Well, I guess we're at the end of the show, so feel free to promote yourselves. RPG, as the loser, feel free to promote yourself first.
I am RPG Hidden Wizard, and I don't stream very often anymore because I don't have time. However, sometimes I stream on Fridays. I usually stream on Tuesdays, where I play co-op games with Romin, and Saturdays I stream game dev on my alt channel RPG_Humble Wizard.
Yeah.
Where one day the game I am making will be finished, probably in 2057.
Yeah, you've been working on that a long ass time, and I've seen it as it goes. It's been looking really good. Please tell people
One day
what
it'll
it
be done.
is.
It is called Obsidian Catalyst, and it is What If There Was Shining Force 4, is the short answer.
Well, I hope that answers people's questions as to what that game is, and
It's a tactics RPG.
Yeah.
It's like Fire Emblem, but better.
yeah, I mean, that's an opinion that people can have. Then we're so yeah, feel free to keep an eye on RPG_Hidden Wizard for more updates on that. Then we're Ig, please. As the most famous person here, please promote yourself.
I am IggyMaid. I am a bit of a variety streamer. I stream 5 or 6 days a week usually. I stream as 2 different characters, Iggy and my clone Greb. Greb plays more chaotic games. Sometimes it's modded itself, or other sandbox games where there's opportunities for chaos. I play a lot of story-heavy games. I'm trying to lean away from that a bit, though, and high skill ceiling games like Souls-likes and stuff like that. Stuff I want to get into more.
Very, very
I streamed at 5 p.m. BST. Usually till 9.
Yeah, you probably stream the most out of all of us. All right, well, let's go over to Gerk. Gerk, tell us things.
Hello, I'm Gerk. I am a weekend streamer. On Saturdays, I stream. That's sort of my variety day. Currently doing Civ 7. If I'm getting close to 100 followers, and if I do, we'll be switching to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, one of my favorite games of all time. And on Sundays, I play Enter the Gungeon. Whichever day is you come and see me, that'd be great if you can. It's at 5 o'clock. No, not 5. I'm getting my numbers wrong. 3:30 BST.
Yeah, it's a good thing we had you on Dictionary Corner. and not on the maths
Yeah,
board.
I'm better with the words than, except when my brain doesn't work and the words stop working. But hey, my brain has been slightly more braining.
All right, then we're gonna say hi to our lovely assistant here, Funky. What are you
Hello.
and do?
So I am one half of Chonky and Funky. Chonky is my husband. We are a pair of variety streamers, and we stream 6 days a week. This week we are changing up the schedule because on Friday it is our stream anniversary, so we are trying to figure out what to do. We'll be doing it over the weekend. So that's going to be a 3-day thing where it's going to be general insanity, as is tradition. Same as last year and the year before, with insanity all around.
Well, that's lovely. And then I'll just say what I'm up to. Later on tonight, I will be on Chaotic Awesome's channel for more Vampire. We finished our run where we ate absolutely everyone in London. Now we're doing the direct action run, where we only kill people who directly make everyone else's lives better once they're dead. Then tomorrow, having finished Wolfenstein 2009, I'll be starting Return to Castle Wolfenstein for more on my usual Friday Nazi killing streams. And then, yeah, I generally, hopefully, and for those who aren't here often, I stream on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. This is a bit of a special, so not usually on Thursdays. And sometimes Sundays. Every other one. And that's what I do. Variety, I do all sorts of nonsense, and it's usually either terrible or interesting, or interestingly terrible.
Like the
Or
beans.
terribly interesting.
Some combination. And orientation. Okay, well, I think we've got that all done. Thank you everyone for being here today and coming together to help make this a reality.
Not a
I know what
problem.
it's like to wrangle.
Hey.
I know what it's like to wrangle Twitch streamers.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thankfully, I got most of them from the same rough time zone this time, so that made it fairly easy. That made it a bit easier. Okay, well, we're gonna head on. We're gonna head to the end of the show, and then afterwards we'll raid out somewhere. That'll happen when it does. All right, goodbye. Goodbye to all of the audience. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.